I never planned to stay late that night. My daughter Lily had a school play rehearsal, and I promised I'd be there, even if it meant showing up in my work clothes, tired eyes and all. I was packing my bag when her voice stopped me. Calm. Controlled. Dangerous in its softness. Ethan, do you have a minute? My boss, Claire Whitmore. CEO. Ice cold in meetings. Untouchable. The kind of woman people whispered about in hallways, brilliant, ruthless, impossibly alone. I turned around, heart pounding for no logical reason. She closed her office door. Slowly. Then she did something I had never seen her do. She hesitated. I need a favor, she said. And before you say no, just listen. That was my first mistake. She explained it in pieces. Her parents. Their annual family dinner. Their obsession with appearances. Their belief that a woman running a billion-dollar company must be failing somewhere else. They think I'm married, she said flatly. I let them believe it. Now they want to meet him. I laughed, nervous, disbelieving. You're joking. Her eyes met mine. I'm not. The silence between us was heavy. I want you to come as my husband. I stood up so fast my chair screeched. No. Absolutely not. Please, she said, and that word, please, didn't belong to her. It's one dinner. 3 hours. I'll compensate you. I shook my head. This isn't about money. She exhaled, rubbing her temples. You're a single dad. You understand family pressure. That hit harder than I expected. I thought of Lily. Of broken promises. Of pretending everything was fine. I looked at Claire again. Strong. Alone. Terrified of disappointing people who never truly saw her. I swallowed. I have one rule. She looked up instantly. Anything. My daughter comes first. Always. If she needs me, I leave. No questions. No explanations. Her expression softened, not professionally, but personally. Deal, she said. And just like that, my quiet, predictable life crossed a line it would never uncross. If you're feeling the tension already, don't forget to subscribe, because this dinner changes everything. The Whitmore estate looked like something pulled from a movie, long driveway, glowing windows, perfection carved into stone. Claire slipped her arm through mine as we walked in. You're doing great, she whispered. Inside, the scrutiny began immediately. Her mother's sharp smile. Her father's calculating silence. Questions layered with judgment. How did you two meet? When will the baby come? Claire never talks about emotions, how do you handle her? I answered carefully. Honestly, but selectively. I talked about Lily. About being present. About choosing love over pride. And that's when everything shifted. Her mother leaned forward. You have a child? Yes, I said. She's my world. The room froze. I felt Claire tense beside me. Then my phone vibrated. Lily. I stood instantly. I'm sorry, I need to take this. Her father frowned. During dinner? I didn't look away. That's the rule. I stepped outside, heart racing. Lily was crying, scared, overwhelmed, needing me. I stayed on the phone until her breathing slowed. When I came back in, I expected anger. Instead, I saw something else. Respect. Claire's mother dabbed her eyes. Her father nodded slowly. You left, he said, without hesitation. I shrugged. That's what being a parent means. Dinner ended differently than it began. Warmer. Quieter. Real. Later, as I walked toward my car, Claire followed me out. You didn't have to do that, she said. I did, I replied. She hesitated, then said softly, they've never looked at me the way they did tonight. The air between us changed. This was supposed to be fake, she whispered. I met her eyes. Then why does it feel like something real just started? She didn't answer. She just reached for my hand. The next morning, nothing felt normal. I dropped Lily off at school, but my mind wasn't on spelling tests or packed lunches. It was on the way Claire's fingers had tightened around mine the night before, like letting go might make something collapse. At work, she was back to being the CEO, sharp heels, sharper mind, walls firmly in place. But every time our eyes met, something unspoken passed between us. Around noon, she called me into her office. No witnesses. No pretense. She didn't sit behind her desk this time. She stood by the window, arms crossed, staring out at the city like it had betrayed her. "My parents want to see us again," she said quietly. I laughed once, short and humorless. "You mean him? The husband they suddenly like more than you?" She turned, and for the first time since I'd known her, she looked unsure. "They invited us for the weekend. They want to know you. They want to know us." I felt my chest tighten. One dinner was a favor. A weekend was a lie with roots. "Claire," I said carefully, "this is getting complicated." She nodded. "I know. That's why I'm asking, not ordering." I thought of Lily. Of rules. Of how pretending had already blurred into something warmer, more dangerous. "If we do this," I said, "nothing changes with my daughter. She doesn't become a prop in your family drama." Claire's eyes softened. "I would never ask that." There was a pause, thick and electric. "And Ethan," she added, almost whispering, "if this starts hurting you, we stop." That was the moment I realized pretending wasn't the risk. Wanting her was. If you're feeling the slow burn right now, hit subscribe, because it's about to catch fire. Chapter 4, The Weekend That Exposed the Truth. The Whitmore Lake house was quieter than the estate, less grandeur, more intimacy. Which made everything harder. Claire's parents watched us closely, noticing the way I poured her coffee without asking, the way she leaned toward me when she laughed. None of it was planned. That scared me more than any lie. On the second night, after dinner, Lily video called me. I stepped outside, but Claire followed, sitting beside me on the wooden steps as Lily excitedly talked about her school project. Claire listened, really listened, asking questions, smiling, remembering details. When the call ended, Claire stayed quiet for a long moment. "She's incredible," she said softly. "You did that?" I shook my head. She did. Inside, her parents were waiting. Her mother surprised us both by saying, "You make her softer." Claire stiffened. I felt her walls rising again. Later that night, Claire knocked on my guest room door. "I don't know how to do this," she admitted. "I know how to win boardrooms. I don't know how to let someone stay." I looked at her, really looked at her, not my boss, not a billionaire, just a woman who had been alone too long. "I'm not here to be your shield," I said. "I'm here because I chose to be." She stepped closer. The air shifted. This time, when she reached for my hand, I didn't hesitate. But even as our fingers intertwined, I knew something was coming. Lies don't stay quiet forever. Chapter 5, The Rule is Tested. The article dropped on a Tuesday morning. Whitmore CEO's marriage raises questions. Who is Ethan Carter? My phone exploded. Messages. Missed calls. Panic. Claire burst into my office, pale but composed. "The board wants answers," she said. "They think this marriage is a distraction." I stood slowly. "And what do you think?" She hesitated, just long enough to hurt. That hesitation was all it took. That night, Lily got sick. Fever. Crying. Needing me. I left work without explanation. Again. This time, it cost me. The next day, HR called me in. "We're letting you go," they said. Conflict of interest. When I told Claire, her face shattered. "I didn't know," she said. I swear. I believed her, but belief didn't fix consequences. "This is why I had a rule," I said quietly. "Because I can lose jobs. I can't lose my daughter." She nodded, tears in her eyes. "I never wanted you to pay the price for my life." I packed my desk in silence. As I walked out, she whispered, "Please don't disappear." I didn't answer. Not because I didn't care, but because caring had already cost me everything. If this chapter hit you in the chest, subscribe, because the hardest part of the story is still coming. Chapter 6, When Love Stops Pretending. Weeks passed. No calls. No messages. Just Lily, job interviews, and the echo of what almost was. Then one evening, there was a knock at my door. Claire stood there, no makeup, no armor, just truth. I resigned, she said. I stared at her. What? I chose my life, she said. Not the image. Not the board. And I'm not asking you to fix anything. She swallowed. I just couldn't pretend anymore. Lily peeked from behind me. Is that the lady from your phone? Claire knelt instantly. Hi, Lily. I'm Claire. Lily studied her, then smiled. You can come in. Daddy makes good pancakes. I laughed, first real laugh in weeks. Inside that small apartment, something real settled. No rules. No lies. Just choice. Claire met my eyes. If this scares you, she said, say the word. I shook my head. I already set my rule, I said. And you didn't break it. She smiled through tears. And for the first time, the story wasn't about pretending to be married. It was about choosing to be a family. Life didn't magically become easy after Claire walked into my apartment and chose honesty over power. If anything, it became quieter, and in that quiet, truth got loud. Mornings were no longer rushed by meetings or headlines. They were filled with Lily's questions, burnt pancakes, and Claire sitting at the small kitchen table in one of my old hoodies, learning how to exist without being in control of everything. She tried too hard at first, offering to fix things with money, connections, influence. I stopped her gently every time. You don't need to earn your place here, I told her. Just be present. And she listened. That was new for her. One evening, Lily asked the question I'd been avoiding in my own heart. Are you my mom now? The room went still. Claire didn't rush to answer. She knelt in front of Lily, eyes level, voice steady. No, she said softly. You already have a mom. I'm just someone who cares about you and your dad. Lily thought about that, then smiled. Okay. You can stay. I turned away, blinking hard. Later that night, after Lily was asleep, Claire and I sat on the balcony wrapped in silence. I've never been chosen for who I am, Claire admitted. Only for what I can do. I took her hand. Then let this be new. She exhaled, like she'd been holding her breath for years. Days later, my phone rang. A job offer. Better hours. More stability. I almost laughed at the timing. On Lily's school open day, Claire stood beside me, no titles, no labels. Just us. A teacher smiled and said, "You make a great family." Claire squeezed my hand, eyes shining. That night, as Lily slept between us during a movie she never finished, Claire whispered, "I'm not pretending anymore." I kissed her forehead. Neither am I. And that was the moment I understood, love didn't break my rule. It honored it.